Hello, I'm Adam Barralet and welcome to this Crystal Connections video where we're exploring the crystal Peridot, a crystal that has other names such as Olivine and Chrysolite. But this is a really unique crystal in many different ways. First of all, many crystals appear in different colours, whereas Peridot you only get in the green. You will get a variation in green tinges, but this is basically, you don't get blues, you don't get oranges, nothing, just green. The other unique thing about this is most crystals grow within the Earth's crust. However, Peridot, as well as diamond, is formed within molten rock and then brought up to the surface with big kind of epic happenings such as earthquakes or volcanoes. This makes Peridot a very powerful crystal. Now, Peridot sometimes gets a bit forgotten. You know, it's up there with the precious gems, with rubies, sapphires and emeralds, but kind of plays second fiddle. But I'm sure from this video you're going to understand that Peridot is an invaluable tool for your growth on all different levels. So let's explore how you can use Peridot in your everyday life to bring new and exciting change. Peridot is a crystal of regeneration and renewal. It's really good from lifting out of the doldrums and bringing fresh new change. It's an amazing crystal to work with in spring when we're coming out of our meditative winter and we're ready to bring new beginnings into our life. Now, if you've had a bit of a trot of bad luck recently, if you're suffering from, some there's resentment, there's anger, there's jealousy, any of those negative emotions, it's really good for helping with dependencies, especially tobacco or any other inhalant dependencies, anything where you need to let that all go, even serious trauma and abuse. Then working with Peridot will really help to bring you back into your natural balance and work out where you want to be going. It brings a new lease to life because it comes from the core of the earth. Remember, it's going to take you back to your core, what's solely important. And so by working with Peridot and using affirmations and all the other great practices you can do to help you, get rid of all these bad tendencies, it can be a really positive thing. To give you a few practical tips, if you're looking at getting rid of negative thought patterns. Each time, carry a Peridot with you, and each time you catch yourself having a negative thought pattern, then what you want to do is you want to grab your Peridot and say a positive to cover that up. And that would work really nicely if you get into the habit of doing that. Even a ring, and touching the ring or something like that. Now, if you're trying to quit smoking, what I found, a Peridot can be really nice, and get some black pepper essential oil. Now, you want a therapeutic grade one, and you put 1 drop in a little container with 20 toothpicks, and each time you have the craving to smoke, grab your Peridot and suck on a black pepper infused toothpick, and these can really support you in letting go of these things that aren't serving you, you don't want to have them, and bring in new life. As you get into spring, this is going to be the best time to work with this as you start into rebirth and become a better version of yourself. Peridot can have a really positive effect on the mind, and it's great to kind of meditate with it on the third eye or anywhere around the head area if you're focusing on letting go of any psychological restrictions or behaviors that you don't want to have anymore. It helps to bring a sense of connectedness. It also helps you to detach from outside influences and not allow people's influences or their opinions to matter. No matter who you are, whether you're Joe Blogs or you're Madonna, you're going to have people that love you and people that hate you. And if we're trying to please everyone, then this can cause psychological turmoil. This is going to be really good crystal to help you not take all that on and grow beyond that and rise above that and I guess feed yourself and focus more on higher intellectual pursuits. We know that we should be thinking positively, and Peridot helps us with that. It's also really good for recall. If you can't remember where on earth you put the car keys, try holding a Peridot either against your third eye chakra or hold it in your hand and just relax and allow those memories to come back. This can be a really nice one for bringing back sudden memories like that, or if you're trying to remember even past life memories or something that happened as a child, this can be really nice for whether you're doing it for healing or meditation or whatever it may be. Peridot will be your friend in that case as well. Like many green crystals, Peridot is great for abundance. This is great if you're getting into gardening or trying to revegetate or revitalize a part of your environment. Then burying pieces of Peridot can be really beneficial. But hey, let's bring some abundance to our life as well. Not just financial abundance, but all types of abundance. Peridot is renowned for helping you bring love, luck, financial abundance, all different opportunities. And if you happen to come across a Peridot just kind of randomly, maybe in a store and it jumps out to you, or maybe you just come across this video, then Peridot is considered to be an extremely lucky stone. If you're contemplating doing something and then you suddenly find a Peridot, then the answer is a resounding yes. go for it. It's really nice for bringing love into your life, especially if you're looking for love on the internet or on your, on a phone or something like that. It can bring new opportunities and maybe new contacts and different things like that. It's really great for the birthing process. It really helps for the giving birth and allowing the birth process to be easy. So if you're giving birth, then a peridot should definitely be in the delivery room as well. Let's do some manifestation work with our peridot. So what you need to do is you go out in nature and you find 5 pebbles or gum nuts or anything like that. Just little things like these would be perfect from the Australian bush. Anyway, what we do is you trace on the ground a pentagram, a 5-pointed star. And at 5 of those points, put those seeds or those pebbles. Then take your peridot, whisper your desire in, and then place it in the middle. Now, anyone who works with Peridot has the ability to commune with the elementals of the earth. These are the gnomes, the dwarves, and these are the keepers of the great knowledge of manifestation. So we put our desire, we whisper it to the Peridot, we place it in the center of the pentagram, and then close your eyes and meditate and visualize that coming. Allow the wisdom of the gnomes to come and whisper in your ear. Maybe you'll have a vision, maybe they'll charge the crystal, but once you've done that, leave it there for as long as you can, even overnight if it's in your own garden, and then carry that peridot with you and just look for opportunities and little pathways where you can go down to help bring your desire into manifestation. Now, if you prefer working with angels over elemental beings, there's some great angels that are really nice to work with peridot. You can do the same practice with the pentagram as well. There's the Archangel Sabriel. Archangel Sabriel helps to bring miracles by opening up our hearts. So if you need a miracle, if you can't see how you're going to manifest something or how something's going to come into being, then call on Sabriel. There's also Daniel, who's also resonates quite nicely with Peridot. Daniel is all about new beginnings, eloquence, and grace. So if you need to bring something out, a new way of being, then Daniel could help to support you in that as well. Many different civilizations have used peridot as a protective gemstone. It's been used for a whole range of protections, protecting you from things such as sorcery, bad luck, evil spirits, going mad, being fearful, people gossiping behind your back, betrayal, people cheating on you, being safe in the wild, a whole range of different things. It's best when it's worn on the receptive side on the body, so the side that you do not write with, or worn close to the neck. It's really powerful if it's set in gold. Peridot has that real uplifting energy, and gold is the metal of the sun, and obviously wherever the sun shines there can be no darkness, so it has that real renewing and expanding and rising above all these negative kind of energies. Now, one favourite way that I love to use peridot is on one of the lesser chakras known as the spleen chakra. The spleen chakra. Yes, that's right. It actually helps to regulate the ebb and flow of chi or life force in and out of our body. Now, what normally zaps our body? Different people, different circumstances. I call them energy vampires. And so if you find that you're getting drained each day by the environment you're in or the people that you have to deal with, and you can't escape that or change your situation immediately, then peridot can help to protect this and keep you invigorated and keep renewing you. And so again, it's really good because the spleen chakra is on our left hand side, wearing it on the left hand side. So that's going to be the best way to have your peridot. But whenever you need protection, whenever you want to rise above it and just be fresh and renewal and that that fresh burst of life, then peridot is going to be really great, and not let any of those dark and dim energies drag you down and ruin your day. If you want to make the most out of your peridot, then bring in other energies that really resonate with this crystal. Instead of getting one soldier fighting that battle, you're going to have a whole army. Now, I love to call upon animal guides, and the animal guide that always comes to me when I'm working with peridot is the dragonfly. The dragonfly is a creature of transformation. It brings insight and it brings magic into your life. It's actually a symbol of another angel, Archangel Uriel, and Uriel uses dragonflies to bring insights and to bring wisdom because that is his domain. So if you see a dragonfly, it really is a sign that you need to pay attention because there's a lesson right there before you. Now, you can meditate on the dragonfly or surround yourself with dragonflies. Remember to, you've got the dragon energy, which is very fiery and transformational, and the ability to fly, that freedom as well. It works so beautifully. So surround yourself in dragonfly energy whenever you're working with peridot. Now, I also love working with plants, and there's a certain family of plants, the fir plants, that I love to work with peridot. There's so much, they're big, tall, strong trees, and their scent, especially of their essential oils, which I love to work with, are so renewing and refreshing, just like peridot. You know, there are different fur essential oils, and you can choose which one's going to resonate best with you. Douglas fir is really nurturing, but also very protective. It has a balanced yin-yang energy about it, and it can really help us learn from our lessons from the past, make sure we don't repeat them again, especially things to do with family, if we've learnt bad behaviours from family or things like that. Now, white fur is really nice as well. That really helps us to feel more connection to everything, to open up and feel a bit more worldly, to feel, to fill our space in this earth and not to play small. And then the Siberian fir. Now, this grows in some of the harshest environments, covered in snow most of the time, and this gives us a real strength and resilience, and so it can help us to get through these hard times. It also helps us to open our perspective and to look at things with fresh eyes. So working with one of these, I'll pop a couple of drops in my hand, inhale that in, imagine dragonflies flying all around me, and let Peridot work its magic. Astrologically, this crystal works really well with Venus, and so Friday is going to be its power day, the most powerful day to manifest and bring new growth into your life. Now, have you worked with Peridot? Please share with our crystal community and let us know. Leave a comment in the section below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barralet. Blessed be. Oops, I got so excited about Peridot I forgot to tell you how to cleanse it. Now, Peridot is quite a unique crystal, and there's different ways that you can actually cleanse it. Now, because first of all, it's one of change. What are our transformational elements? They're fire and they're earth. So if you want to bring quick change, remember this resonates with fire because it was born from volcanoes. If you want quick change, cleanse it with fire, placing it near an open fire, not too close, or passing it through a candle flame 3 times quickly. Now, because if you want slow and steady but more stable change in your life and long-lasting change, it is still an element of the earth, and so we bury it in the earth. Or if it's a raw one, just placing it on some nice natural earth. In many cultures, they have also associated Peridot with the sun, and so if you're just looking for overall growth and expansion of yourself and your life, then cleansing it with the sun. What I find, putting it either out in sunrise or sunset can be a really nice way to cleanse it. So depending on what you're looking for, if you want quick change, cleanse it with fire. Slow, stable, steady change, cleanse it with earth. And if you just want expansion, cleanse it with the sun.